evening, and welcome back to episode 7 of our Let's Play Kusa Plays a Minecraft here in 1.15.2, and in fact we've actually updated to the latest snapshot, which is the Nether, which we went over in our previous episode, as you can see by a few of the things we've got laying around here, like that trapdoor and the pressure plate and a few other things that we were playing with. So this is now episode 7. You notice there's a lot of things behind me that have changed. We actually had a live stream on Saturday where we finally went through and did some things with the kitchen. So we got rid of the really rookie super smelter over here and put in a whole bunch of different things. We've got cabinet storage up there. We've got a smoker with a grill on top. Nothing in it right now, but that's fine. We've got a refrigerator. Hands-free, of course, because, you know, it's the 21st century. It's 2020, man. You've got to have hands-free everything. So we have all of our food and everything. Crafting table, our simulated cabinets, which I love. I really dig this. The whole frame with a pressure plate on it to make it look like cabinetry. It's really, really cool. So we've got cabinets going up there. And don't open these trapdoors ever, because there's water back there. And there's water back there because of this little thing here. And you may notice we've moved this over to here. And there's a reason for that. And that reason is this giant contraption that we now have underneath our kitchen. So this is a super smelter. Now, obviously, it's not all of these things, because that'd be kind of ridiculous. I just have these furnaces sitting over the hoppers to cut down on client-side lag, if there is any. I don't know. I guess it's debatable how much lag there is. I mean, I think it's mostly server-side that you have to worry about with hoppers, but I just wanted to get in the habit of doing this in case I am on a SMP server coming up here soon. So these 6 furnaces are the ones that actually function. If you notice up here, we've got this all set up with our redstone lines. We've got, if I can actually get up there, what's going on? Oh, that's right. So over here, we've got our coal, and our coal actually goes up to this barrel. So that's why we had to move that one over and then move that one to that side for symmetry's sake. And our input chest is actually that chest on the far right, which I had originally had as like sort of the idea was that was going to be like a dishwasher kind of thing, which is why it's got the acacia trapdoor on it. And then once everything is done smelting up, it goes down this hopper line into this dispenser where the world's coolest redstone clock, which is literally 2 observers, a sticky piston, and a comparator, send it up the water stream into the output chest, which is up here, right there. That's why there's trapdoors around this, because water comes up this way and goes over here, and this is the only one you can open because it's got the hopper. But as you can see, there's water behind it. Don't open those, because you'll flood everything. But I don't know. I'm still torn on whether I like that or if I want to do something else in front of it. I'm not entirely certain. I'm still sort of playing around with it in my head, so I'll try and figure out what I want to do with that. But for right now, I really like this, and we still need to put in like a table and chairs here. We need to put a couch along the wall, maybe like an end table here. So we need to do all of those things. But for right now, I think it actually looks really, really good, and I'm really happy with the way that this actually turned out. So yeah, that's what we did on stream on Saturday, was basically just rebuilt all of this and then played around with some of the new nether blocks. Speaking of stream, I have to give huge shout-outs to 2 people in particular who actually decided to stop by our stream right about when I was ending it, of course, because I had to go out to an event. But the 2 people who stopped by were 2 Minecrafters, one by the name of Firecracker, who's over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Firecracker, and the I in Firecracker is a 1, by the way. He's also at Firecracker on Twitter if you want to follow him. And, of all people, XB Crafted. Yes, that XB Crafted actually raided us late in the day, and we sat around and talked with him. It's really cool because we actually both grew up in the same city, so we were able to actually talk about different places we'd been and places we missed, and places that were still there and weren't there. It was really, really cool. XB Crafted is an awesome human being and a fantastic Minecraft streamer. Highly recommend. Go follow him on Twitter at XB Crafted, and on YouTube, youtube.com/XBCrafted. So go follow them there as well. They're both very cool YouTubers, very cool people, and I really appreciated them coming along and bringing their communities over to us for the end of the stream we were doing, where we were sort of going around. And I gave them the whole tour and everything, but it was really cool having them there, and I'm really glad that they showed up. Now, today, we actually have a couple of things that we're going to do. First of all, I do want to furnish the kitchen, like we were saying. So we're going to do a small table and chair set in here. We're going to do maybe like a couple of couches against the wall. maybe an end table over here with a lamp on it or something, so I definitely want to do that. But we are also going to be, finally, since we actually have access to nether quartz now, saying goodbye to the manual farms up there, and we're going to be using this area to actually build some farms in. So this is under the Church of Storage, and we're going to dig this out a little bit further in these two directions, so we have a lot of room to work with, because I want to have pumpkin, sugarcane, melons, and bamboo all growing down here, and ideally all going to a sort of a consolidated storage section underneath here, where you'll have auto-sorted storage. Everything will go into the various different storage compartments we have down there for those 4 things, so we don't have to worry about running out of storage up there once we actually start automating things, because once you start automating things, you start getting a lot of things. So we want to make sure that we have plenty of room for those 4 crops, especially melons and pumpkins, because we have some really good melon and pumpkin trades over there with our villagers. And when we bring them over, I want to be able to just run over here, grab some stuff, or run back this direction, go across the bridge, trade, come back, rinse, repeat. So we're going to be doing that in today's episode, but in order to do that, we actually have to go over to my redstone testing world so we can take a look at what we're actually doing in this particular space. So let's head over there, and I'll see you there in just a second. And welcome everyone to my newly minted redstone testing world. It is a super flat world with just sandstone. It's actually very easy to tell what's where. Yes, there's some holes in it. I realize that. I completely forgot about that in the preset when I was doing it. But we have a redstone testing world, so as you can see, we actually have... This is the exact system that we put in downstairs, with a couple of minor differences, like this hopper line went over a little bit further, but that's really about it. So this is the exact same system we put in. And by the way, if you recognize this, that's because this is actually an older design from Mumbo Jumbo. He actually put this one together a while ago, and it seems to work pretty well in the current environment here. Occasionally you will get stuff that gets stuck in a couple of these hoppers here, and you have to go through and sort of... Basically, all you have to do to knock them out is break that redstone, wait for about 5 seconds, and then replace it. So it is kind of irritating that occasionally things get stuck, but then again, if you're also... Oh, it's still smelting up things. We can actually see... There it goes. So that's how that works. That is such a cool circuit. This is a circuit from Pixel Riffs. Another person you should probably go follow. He's just PIXL Riffs, RIFFS, on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. He does the Minecraft Survival Guide. Very cool guy. Very good videos. He is an amazing producer. Like, you could definitely do worse than watching him to learn how to become a content creator for Minecraft or anything else, really. So that is currently making all that over there. So that is exactly the system we have downstairs. This is actually a design I thought about using for the kitchen, but ended up not using it because this is El Mango's design. Now, if you don't know El Mango at all, he is actually one of the SciCraft guys. SciCraft, if you've ever seen any of their episodes, they do some absolutely asinine contraptions. I mean, some of the stuff they make is just ridiculous. They have literally witch farms that they've dug out something on the order of 2 or 3 million blocks in order to get a better spawning percentage for witches. They've got a creeper farm that's 40 stories tall. They've got transport through the nether. They've got instantaneous, like, teleporters, basically, using ender pearls and piston bolts. These are guys who think on a very, very, very large scale. So I built this thinking, okay, well, this looks like a fairly compact design. I mean, when you look at it, it's 2 across, so it'd be 2 across on both sides, versus over here where it's, well, it's about the same size, I guess. But it'd be 4 across, it'd be a smoother design. It's tested for 1.15, so we know it works, so you don't have to worry about, like, breaking stuff over there occasionally. I'm like, well, we can try that. The problem is, if you do it as a 6 furnace setup, it doesn't work very well, simply because El Mango doesn't think in 6 furnace kind of ways. He thinks in 600 furnace kind of ways. So it does work. So if we come up here, hang on, let me show you. So we've got some coal in there. Let's get all this stuff out of here. So we've got everything out, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so we've got our 64 sand here. We're just going to go ahead and drop this into there. Come down here. Give it just 2 seconds, and there we go. And now they're all working, except they're not all working. And if you go around here into the back and check it, so we've got 3 in that one, 3 in that one, 5, 4, 1, and that one will never fill again. And then this one, well, this one still has sandstone in it, but that's neither here nor there. But So the problem is that because he builds on such a large scale, this particular circuit doesn't work for a 6 furnace setup. It's great for like a 25 furnace setup, a 50 furnace setup, a 100 furnace setup, but for 6, not so much. So you have to actually make something larger scale for this to work correctly. So for smaller scale stuff, like what I want to do, which is just a very simple 6 furnace array, this works out a lot better, just simply because this is pretty much infinitely tileable. You can scale this out to if you want to do 20 furnaces, if you want to do 40 furnaces, you want to do 60 furnaces, you can do them in a sort of a semicircle. I mean, there's a number of different ways you can do it. So it's meant to be small to medium sized. It's not meant to be enormous. So nothing, and I have nothing against El Mango. Some of the stuff he makes is just amazing, but he thinks on a much larger scale than I think most of us really think when we're building things like this. So, like, I'm not thinking of a 150 furnace setup. I'm thinking of a 10 furnace setup or a 12 furnace setup. So, if you're thinking huge, large scale, El Mango's channel is where you want to be. If you're thinking small, medium, maybe sort of large, but not huge, the places like Mumbo Jumbo and Iskal and those guys are where you'd want to go. Neocubist, XB, those guys. So you're not looking at enormous contraptions. You're looking at small, medium, and somewhat large contraptions. So, but if you are thinking this big, go for it. It's all you. I don't want to deal with it. But more to the point, what I wanted to bring over here is show you what we've actually got set up, what we want to do. So this is our pumpkin and melon farm that we've actually just sort of tested out. Now, this is a smaller version of it. It's very simple, and this is, once again, Mumbo Jumbo design, because he is my spirit animal. It's observers, pistons, and then we've got water in the middle, and I decided to use one of the new shroom lights because it looks really, really cool. And then, of course, we'll block this up. I don't have to have that down there necessarily. But it's very simple, so you have pumpkins and melons growing in here side by side, because growing them side by side actually makes these things grow faster. And we'll actually sort of tile this out in sort of a checkerboard pattern. So maybe we'll do 4 of these. I think 4 might be good, because that would be 8 pumpkins, 8 melons. And that should be more than enough, especially with the increased growth rates that you get from having them grow side by side. And even just the couple of minutes I've been in here doing stuff with various different contraptions, you look over here and notice we've already got pumpkins and melons that are growing. So this does, in fact, work. And it works really, really well. Meanwhile, over here, y'all from my versus mental illness world are going to recognize this. This is pretty much my standard sugarcane farm that I build. I really like how compact it is. I love the way it looks, and that was fantastic timing. I love the way it looks. I love the fact that, so it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across, and 4, 5, 6, 7 down. So it's actually a fairly compact sugarcane farm, and you're getting 14 plants in here, and that's going to give you more than enough, because this is, I think, maybe 4 harvests, and we've got 42 in there. So go AFK down there overnight with the pumpkins, melons, sugarcane, and bamboo, and I'll have tons of them. Over here we have a regular 2x2 piston door that I actually built all on my own. Yay me! I was able to actually redstone a thing. It was great. Very simple. It's just some pressure plates, 2 dots of redstone, and a repeater with a torch on both sides. Real simple. And then you just walk in here, it opens up, walk across, and it closes. And then based on this same type of design, using half of this you may recognize is the stairway to my storage church, the Church of Storage in the Let's Play world. What we're going to do is we're actually going to have a hidden entrance right there. And I don't know if I'm going to do it on this side or this side yet. We'll have to see what kind of room I've got to work with. But you walk over, you hit this, it opens up, you walk through, and closes behind you. So we're going to have a hidden piston door entrance to our farming area for our melons, pumpkins, sugarcane, and bamboo. But that is what we have going on. But something else I want to do while I'm here is actually determine how we want the inside of this to look, because we have new blocks to play around with, and I wanted to actually try out one of these new blocks in a quick build. Basalt. It is such... The more I play with this, the more I like. I think this is my favorite block from the Nether expansion so far. So I love the texture both on the side of it and on the top. So that's the side texture, and that's the top texture, sort of this cobblestone-y looking kind of thing. I really like that. I think it would look fantastic with maybe a couple of other types of gray blocks on the inside and sort of keep the same kind of aesthetic. So if you did these as sort of pillars and then you did, say, so chiseled stone brick, we got cracked stone brick, let's do stone bricks. So I think if you made these sort of as pillars and then you had a combination, say something like, oh yeah, there we go. So something like that, you know, or you could even go maybe that up there and then that down, that down there. And then a cracked stone there, or something like that. Yeah, I think that would look really, really good on the inside of the farming room. And then we can also play around with a few other things. So I want to see about maybe building a farming room, test it here, and see how it looks. And then go from there once we've got that actually taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead and do some building real fast, just sort of putting things together, and then we'll come back and we'll see what we've got. And after some designing and building, I think we've actually come to a final version, which I really like, and it is using some more of the nether blocks now than I was using on my stream and trying to figure out what to do with, and that is this. So the floor is actually fairly simple. We've just basically got some light blue and gray concrete because I just really like the way it looks together, and we've got this sort of a diagonal pattern going here on this, and we have our basalt columns using the warped wood trapdoors, which just looks so cool and goes really well with this blue, I might add. And then some warped stairs as sort of supports at the top here. So we've sort of got these built as pillars there with our cracked stone, stone bricks, and chiseled stone into the walls here. The roof, a little bit different, is I'm using red nether brick. And the reason I'm using that is because I really like the way it looks and I love the texture. The problem has always been is farming up enough nether wart to actually be able to make large amounts of red nether brick. Well, we don't have that problem anymore with 1.16 because remember the trees themselves will actually grow the nether wart blocks. So we should be able to just go ahead and do it that way. In fact, let's just make sure that that is the case. If not, I may have to actually fix some things here. Never mind, I'm an idiot. You actually need to have nether wart, not nether wart blocks, to make the red nether a brick, because you basically need 2 nether bricks and 2 nether wart to actually make those. So we're going to think of something different for the roof. I mean, I suppose we could just use regular nether brick, maybe. How would that look? I think it's gonna look a little bit too dull though if we put those in. It just doesn't look as good. Well, we'll figure that out in a bit. Leave it to me to flub that one. Although, why even have these nether wart blocks? I mean, what use are they if you can't break them back down? Like everything else, like weed, if you put it into a brick, you can break it back down from a hay bale into wheat. Diamonds you could break back down and from diamond blocks to regular diamonds. Emeralds, same thing. Iron, same thing. Why can't you do the same thing with nether wart? Don't understand. It seems like it's perfect to store nether wart, and you don't have to worry about having, 10 chests worth of nether wart. You can just have 1 half chest full of nether wart blocks. But no, that's too easy. So unfortunately, as good as that looks, we're gonna have to wait on that. Maybe I'll actually put everything in and just wait until I get some nether wart and do the ceiling the way I want it. I don't know, but I love the pillars, and then I really like how the shroom lights look through these particular trapdoors. So we've been trying to find uses for these types of things and these different trapdoors as light fixtures. I think they work really well. So we've got the shroom lights underneath because I like the texture of the shroom lights more than I do the glowstone or in this particular case, the lanterns. So we've got that for light. So this is going to be our farming area design. So we just need to actually figure out, I think we've got enough basalt, and I know we have enough stone to make all this stuff, so that part's easy. And then the stem, breaking those down into stairs, that's simple. Trapdoors, that's easy too. And then, so this is going to be what it looks like on the inside, and it's going to be about that big, come out to about there, and come down to about here. So that should be more than enough room for our melon and pumpkin farm, our sugarcane farm, our bamboo farm, and then if we want to do a pumpkin or a potato and carrot farm, we can do that too. But I think that's what we're going to do for our particular build. So we need to go back over to our Let's Play world and start getting some resources. Now, as you can probably tell, we have had this working, making some cracked stone bricks. So we're going to need to actually get something for a build chest for this room over here. So let's go do that and pick up some more materials. Alright, so we got this area dug out. We've got our basalt and our warped wood put in, and I'm actually really liking this. This looks almost better than it did in my creative world. And you may have noticed something during those clips that I'm using a new tool here, and that tool is a netherite pickaxe. Look at this thing. I've dug this whole thing out, worked on a couple other things. I'm not even a quarter of the way through its durability. Durability's 2,000 with Unbreaking 3 and Efficiency 5. And the thing is that Efficiency 5 was just something I got when I was enchanting this because I wanted to get Silk Touch on it to replace my Silk Touch pick that was wearing out. So I got Silk Touch, but then I got Efficiency 3, or Efficiency 5 and Unbreaking 3 as secondary effects. So you can get Efficiency 5 straight up as a secondary effect on netherite tools. You don't need to go through the Efficiency 4 on one tool and then go over to another tool or go to a book or what have you. You don't do any of that. All you have to do is just put it on your pickaxe. You can get Efficiency 5 as a primary or a secondary effect. So awesome stuff. All right, this looks fantastic. I've got it in. Let's get our our brick walls in, and then we'll start working on the concrete flooring. Guys, this place looks awesome. Oh my. This is... So I chose quartz rather than going with like brick or stone or anything like that. I picked quartz instead because I figured, you know what, white will offset everything. Let's see how that looks. And oh my goodness, and then I called an audible rather than doing the chiseled brick over here. I chose to go with some smooth stone and some polished andesite instead. And I think it looks a lot better. But oh my, the basalt. Look at how good that blends in with everything in here. It's just amazing. And the purpley red with the white and the blue, it just looks so good. I want to build my whole base out of this. I want to build my whole base to look like this. This is awesome. Just the way it looks with the little pillar kind of things here, and oh, it's so good looking. I can't get over it. Man. Oh, it looks so good. All right, let's get that piston door put in. And the pinnacle of technology. So cool. And you can even see it from outside. Well, I mean, obviously we've got this little doorway right here. I suppose we could have moved it back one, but this works for me. Oh, probably should light this area up, huh? There we go. So, awesome. We have our piston door. We have our farming room, which is it just looks so good. Oh, the basalt. I love the new basalt. And this blue wood is really growing on me for things like this, especially for like accents and stuff, because that is cool looking. And then, of course, the quartz. Quartz always looks good. Quartz looks good in damn near any build. So, really, really good. Really good look. And the red trapdoors on this over the shroom lights that has a really interesting texture. Really like all of this. Yeah, it's really coming together good. So, I'm really happy with that. And, of course, our piston door. Ta-da! Done. Excellent. Well, I think we've done quite a bit today. I would love to actually get the farming itself done and get all that stuff put in, but I think that's going to have to wait for the next episode. So we've done a lot today. We've gotten prepared for farming. We've gotten ready to go. We've been to my redstone testing world, checked out some of the stuff there. We've got the farming room built. We've got the hacienda, I think, fully complete now. I think that it's pretty much done. We've got our chairs, couches. We'll probably put up a couple of little knickknacks and stuff here and there. But we're going to actually be doing the farming bit of this and putting all the farms in there. I think I'll probably do that on my live streams this coming week. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday of this week, I'll be live streaming at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 5:30 for those of you out west here like me. So feel free to stop by while we actually work on that over there. Probably won't get it all done in one episode, but we'll probably get the vast majority of it done in at least 2 of them. So because we got to put in not only the farms, but we also have to put in the sorting system underneath and get all that rigged up and ready to go. So that's going to take a little bit of work. So, but I really appreciate you coming along this time around. Please leave a like on the way out the door if you did enjoy the video, and consider subscribing if you really enjoy this content. I love this Let's Play world. I'm going to keep it going for a very, very long time. So thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure you go out tonight, play some games, have some fun. I'll see you again soon. Have a good night, everybody.